small community that lived on the Blasket Islands produced some of the most important Irish literature of the 20th century. People are still drawn to this place, and I think can sense that creative resonance, no matter where they come from. Like the last Blasket Islanders who left the island in the 1950s, these next artists have all migrated from their home place. Said hold to your host, that was most best you find. Samantha Crane is a singer-songwriter from the same neck of the woods as Woody Guthrie, Oklahoma. She's a new face on this side of the Atlantic, and her third album, Kid Face, is released early next year. I'm trying not to disappear into the shadows, into a tunnel that doesn't end, doesn't know where to go. A huge part of your culture is Choctaw culture and the whole history of that in Oklahoma and the Trail of Tears. Can you tell us a little bit about that, because that mightn't be as familiar to people over on this side of the Atlantic?
Well, I'm Choctaw Indian. The tribe that I'm part of is called the Choctaw Nation of Oklahoma. That's basically the Choctaw Indians that were displaced from Mississippi during the Trail of Tears, and they were moved into southeastern Oklahoma. And so I have a lot of, I kind of grew up hearing the stories from that kind of intense part of my family's history. I did learn just last week that someone showed me a video of a song by Damian Dempsey, and he wrote a song called Choctaw Nation. And apparently, which I had never heard this story before, but apparently during the famine, the Choctaw tribe gave like $800.
Really?
To the Irish.
Some relief fund or something.
Yeah, to Ireland during the famine, which was a weird time because it was literally right after they had been sort of moved to Oklahoma and were doing horribly themselves. So he wrote this song that's like kind of championing them, and but I asked my dad about the story, and he'd never heard it either. But it was kind of a neat story to hear about, I guess. So
wow.
Got kind of a connection in that way, I guess.
Agnes Obel is originally from Denmark, but lives and makes her music in Berlin. This year she released her second album, Aventine. What's the kind of environment like for writing and working and being creative
people
in a city
as Agnes Obel
bustling as Berlin is?
For me, it's actually about trying to forget about it and finding a nice place where you can sort of forget about it, look it, shut it out, and just pretend you're on the moon. And then suddenly when you get tired of that, then you can just step out into the city and to the noise and to all the things happening.
When you're writing lyrics in your songs, are you thinking back to experiences from home, or are they more drawn from the life that you're living away?
I think on the previous album, I was working a lot with sort of memories from earlier times in my life and from early youth or early teenagehood or whatever. But this album, the last album, I've been trying to write about my life right there. And then maybe, even though it's sort of the same state of mind or emotion or situation I was describing, then keep on doing that and sustaining that and then looking at it from different angles musically.
Earlier this year, Other Voices went to London for the first time and welcomed John Grant to Wilton's Music Hall in the East End. It seems natural then to invite him here to Dingle.
JC and his honey bear, the world will not stop moving. The rendezvous and longing stares
Dingle is quite out there as places go. You've been based in Iceland. Do you kind of sense any similarity in the atmosphere in the two places?
I do. It seems like people are not on the defense. They're just sort of standing there, and they are who they are, and approachable. You know, you can approach them, and they don't. You know, immediately you get whatever there is there. You know, without any pretense or without any covering up or censoring or anything like that. And I really like that. You know, there's not like a lot of bureaucratic etiquette tape to break through. You know.
Which is quite a rare thing to find places that offer that these days.
Yeah, I think so, and I feel comfortable in that because I don't like a lot of small talk anyway. But yeah, and the air here is amazing, and the buildings are beautiful. Food's amazing, and that's that way in Iceland too. And there's not a lot of people. I like that, you know. I mean, I love being in New York. I love New York, and I love London and those places. But I'm not sure it's good for me to be in those places for too long, because I don't like what I have to become this hard shell that I have to put around myself in order to survive in a place like that. You know? Maybe I feel like in a place like this, or in a place like Reykjavik where I'm living, I could come out of my shell a little bit and, you know, be part of a community, which I think is a good thing.
And he said, please don't take him, 'cause I love him. He's my joy and my life.
He's brilliant, isn't he, John Grant? Look at the picture, it's stylish. It's sort of Shimeen and Dingle.
I won't hesitate. I will give him all that his heart can take, and I'll trust him fearlessly. I want him to be free.